He sounds like a Rodian. Nope, not really. Bye. Oh, I need to have Jolie with me here? Well then. Go. Let's see. Let's change his gear at all. The headband.
Sure.
With belts so his pants don't fall off, because nobody wants the old man's pants to fall off.
Got something on your mind, do you? You got yourself a fast little ship. I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful. Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
You realize we're not on my ship right now, don't you?
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
That sounds like me. At least the last part, anyway.
So I am. Tell you what, when you get to be my age, you can go ahead and answer any question you like to. You have my permission. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The Force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
Never heard of him.
No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall. I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring. Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand. Swirling force, remember? Jedi here. Granted, I was just interpreting the signs, but we get trained in that sort of thing, more or less. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed too, or this could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway, finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming.
No, that's Vader, not Andor.
Sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms
and the
are
Emperor.
ringing. Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recover. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
I guess his mouthing off was part of the destiny then.
What? Are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1 billion to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
I feel that last line a little bit too well. I need to use that on somebody. Old man Krendar has a sore throat. Go away. Leave me alone.
The whole swoop racing circuit for this sector has been falling apart.
You know, I would have made a
since
joke
the
about Traveler not being a real name. But I know somebody who named his son, or I'm aware of somebody who has named their son Traveler for some reason. As if that's a person's name. Well, he's a friendly guy. Yeah, I like the way Jolie responds to you being like, is there a point to this story? Are you trying to insinuate something? I'm like, oh, no, no, no. I'm sure I don't mean anything. So, anyway. Laura?
Jolie.
What are you doing here?
It is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie.
Murder?
Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Murder? Actually, it's kind of weird because there used to be somebody that worked at our restaurant named Alora. This is all just kind of weird. Do I need to go to the prison or? The judges, they're not going to be in the prison. Well, we'll figure out where they are, I guess. That's alright, doggo. Stumbling around randomly and doing a lot of guesswork is how I do things.
I doubt the Republic would be involved in anything illegal. Still,
Oh no,
if
surely
the
never.
Selkath has concerns, we could look into it for him.
Be careful here, kid. Start poking your nose in a place it doesn't belong, and you might not like what you find.
Hey, you have a name. I'll talk to you.
I hope you're here to play some Pazak.
Oh, no.
So,
You hope whatever you like, you are going to be disappointed.
Hey man, clear out. You're cramping my style with the ladies.
Oh yeah. So many ladies here. Mm-hmm. You got it. Oh, there's a woman. Okay, there's one woman in here. Alright.
You're new around here,
Alright,
aren't
too.
you? My name's Duan. Care to buy a Sith girl a drink? That is, unless you're one of those simpering Republic soldiers.
I think you've had a few too many already.
We Sith are interested in a lot of things. If you're smart, you'll stay out of Sith business. But I don't really want to talk about that right now.
Well, madame,
Oh, come on. Seems
if you check my credentials, you will see that my intelligence score is not particularly high. So I think I will stick my nose into Sith business, thank you very much.
So, do we have a deal?
that's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries well.
Makes sense, I guess. All right, I'm in. When do I start?
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure he'll have some task he wants you to start on right away.
Sure, nothing untoward is happening here.
Do you mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive right now. I need to hire these mercenaries before they sign up with the Sith. In case you hadn't noticed, there's a war on. If we don't hire these mercs, the Sith will. Now, excuse me. I have to continue my recruitments.
I mean, he's got a valid point. Alright. And what's going on here?
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers of the infirmary.
People
If
tend
the
to do
Republic
that.
soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers.
I mean, that's intelligence, what that is.
They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Well, we found the judges, so...
I suppose your Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him. Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
Thanks, buddy. Well, considering we don't have a lot of time left today, I'm going to delve into that next time.
I'm sick of hearing about Manon's neutrality. It sounds like a coward's excuse not to fight, if you ask me.
How diplomatic of you. See how you got your position. Is there anything else to do here? Back to the other section, see if we've got anything else that we need to do.
Jolie, may I have a moment? There's something I wish to speak to you about.
Yep, I figured it was only a matter of time until we had the whole come back to the Order discussion. Well, I guess there's no avoiding it now, so let's get it over with.
I know you have issues with the Order, but you are a Jedi, Jolie. You command the Force. Without the guidance of the Council, how can you avoid falling to the dark side?
Well, I've managed to avoid it the last 20 years or so. Besides, light side, dark side, they don't mean the same to me as they do to you. I don't see in absolutes.
Only Sith deal in absolutes.
I want to stop Malak as much as anyone. But I don't have to join the Order to do it. Look at Karth, or Canderous. They're with us in this quest, but they aren't Jedi. The capacity for good or evil, like the Force itself, is in all living creatures. And belonging to the Jedi Order, or the Sith, or any group, won't change what you are at your core.
I see you were quite adamant. No doubt you've had ample time to think on this during your long seclusion. I guess it was foolish of me to think I could sway your position so easily.
Yeah, I'm old and stubborn. But I appreciate the effort. But from now on, you can just think of me as any other non-Jedi in our little group. With a lightsaber. And Force powers.
Well said. Almost like any other guy. Plus magic.
Your precious Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, now with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The Galactic Senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris? Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
Good talk, guys. Good talk. Now let's all hug it out.
Kakinja nawabakaon. Pichage borang tura. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Atong hitwama akitinko tune. Otong hitwama. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Kakinja nawabakaon. Pichage borang tura. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna tong hitwama.
Alright, hang on. Told me to come alone, so let's get out of here. Alright, you can talk to me now, my companions have vanished.
Diskadosoki, Kopa, Bono Nakachu, Labora na Winky, Smack Toma, Tong Hitwama Akitinko Tune, Otong Hitwama, Diskadosoki, Kopa, Bono Nakachu, Labora na Winky, Smack Toma, Tong Hitwama Akitinko Tune, Otong Hitwama, Aki Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha na Jupor, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha. Atong hitwama akitinko tune. Chiwa aita kan kicha na.
Yeah, I get it. You're a secret. Come on. Get to the point.
Tong hitwama akitinko tune. Otong diskadosoki kopa bono nakachu labor. Tong hitwama akitinko tune. Otong hitwama ji aki diskadosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na. Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Tong hitwama akitinko tune. Otong hitwama. Diskadosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winky smack toma. Uyami diskadosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winky smack toma. Tong hitwama akitinko tune. Diskadosoki kopa bono. Tong hitwama akitinko tune. Otong hitwama chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune. Tong hitwama akitinko tune. Otong hitwama chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune.
Lol, that Rodian said Winkle. I don't see how joining the group of assassins is really gonna be not Darkside. This is not gonna jive well with Lightside, is it? I'm gonna say no. Through that noise. Alright, now that we've finished talking to one shady Rodian, let's talk to another one.
Laboda na winky smack toma. Diskadosoki kupa yatuka ulwan. Laboda na winky smack toma. Diskada.
don't want to go to the East Courtyard yet. What's in this area? Not done with this place yet.
How much for all this stuff, Tyvark?
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi unko tune chunamu.
Thanks, Tyvark. Catch you next week.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi tong hitwama agi unko tune. Otong hitwama ji. Tong hitwama agi.
Yeah. Alright. Let's leave it here because I'm going to want to talk to this guy about the case. So we'll save that for next time. Alright, next time we will dive right back into that case. What kind of nonsense is going on with that?